3 o'clock prayer. You died, Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of mercy, we trust in you.
The Voice of the Blue Eagle, Radyo Katipunan, 87.9.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. The Voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, 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 Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan, radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugo, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong. Ipag the Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil.
Good afternoon, it's Jovi Miroy on Thursdays on our Science Technology and Society show. It's a very special day for us. Can you explain why, Dr. Vallejo? Could you want to greet our listeners?
Okay, good afternoon, magandang hapon. Kaya daw special day ngayon dahil kay ngayon ang kaarawan, 154th birthday ni Heneral Luna. Okay, so yung mga fans ni Heneral Luna ay yun ang araw nila.
All right. So ilang taon na siyang ipinanganak? 154. 154. So that's October 29. 18 ano yan?
1866.
1866. Kulang na lang ng isang 6, ha, Dr. Valle. So let's let Butch greet our listeners.
Hi,
You want to
everybody.
greet Ben Happy Antonio Luna Day.
Happy Heneral Luna Day. Oo. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad to be here once again. At maganda pag-uusapan natin ngayon. I think we have a very special treat for everyone today. Diba, Jovi?
Yes, if he manages to log on. Yes, it's a very special day. In fact, it might really be an inauguration for a celebration of the birthday of Antonio Luna. He died in a very ignominious way, with all due respect to the Aguinaldo family. So maybe we should celebrate his birthday then. But before we go to that, let's have our COVID updates.
Okay, all
Butch.
right. Please allow me to share my slides. All right. So this is the latest update from the Okta Research Group, which was released about 2 days ago. No, however, the data is sans the Red Cross data because, as you know, several days ago or a week ago, the Red Cross stopped the RT-PCR testing. And our data is lacking those critical tests. No? So the Red Cross data accounts for about 40% of the total testing capacity of the Philippines. No? As you can see here in this graph, no, malaki ang bawas talaga ng testing capacity with Red Cross out of the picture in the meantime. But I'm glad to learn that the Red Cross has already resumed its operations with RT-PCR. So perhaps by next week we'll have a better picture of what's really going on in the country. No. So let me just skip this. Here we go. So the total cases as per October 25 is 370,000, which is actually good considering that our upper limit by the end of October is 410,000. No, that's it. That's the upper limit. No, we are hitting the lower limit of the total number of cases by the end of October. So this is actually good news. No, and the active cases is 35,000. The recovered cases 328,000. No? Death rate is still low at 2%. Here you can see the drastic decrease in the number of testing done in the country without the data from the Red Cross. No? So the production number in the Philippines is down by 0.09. No? However, again, this is minus the Red Cross data. We are at 0.8. Oh, we're 0.8. But with the Red Cross data, may perhaps 40% or 30% mas mataas yan. No? And the Red Cross actually contributes a lot to the National Capital Region testing. So sa NCR, we are down to around 736 no? Until October 24. But again, next week, tataas na naman yan dahil Red Cross is back in business with regards to COVID testing, RT-PCR testing. No? Now, the reproduction number in NCR without the Red Cross data is at 0.63. No? If we extrapolate, so we use, let's say we can use the experience from the previous months, no, from Red Cross data, the estimated PRC data, we are at 0.72. But this is a rough estimate. No, this is not accurate by any means, no, because we need the actual data, no, from Red Cross. No. So the positivity rate in NCR is still at 6 to 7%. The ideal is at 5% set by the WHO. No? And here are the list of municipalities. Now you've probably been watching me in the news lately. I've done a lot of radio programs lately and radio interviews lately, and they've asked me for the list of LGUs which we put in the hotspot areas. No, of course, NCR is part of the top. No, Quezon City being the main residential area of NCR, and of course Manila. No, and this is the LG with the most number of cases per day. So Davao, Caloocan, Iloilo, Pasig, and Makati. No? So these are the top 10. Okay, I'll just flash you the next top 10 and the next 20. So you have Taguig, Pasay, Marikina, Antipolo. Still, no, it's in the NCR and the Greater Manila area. No? Okay. So let's skip that and go to the LGUs outside NCR. Oh, hold on. Itong hospital capacity natin, I'd like to share this with you. Look at this, no? Ang baba na ng ang baba na ng number of cases found in the IC the wards, the COVID wards, no? So the hospital capacity is now able to cope and na catch up na siya, no? and here is the ICU. No, ang baba na. So this means for me that there are less people being admitted as severe cases, moderate to severe. No, less people. So less and less people are needing ICU treatment or ICU care. Here we have my last slide, no, the top 10 LGUs outside NCR, which have been observed to have slight increases in the number of cases. You have Itogon, Benguet, Ilagan, Isabela, Iloilo City, Baguio. Then we have here in Southern Leyte, Cavite, Pangasinan, Quezon, and Angono Rizal. No? So again, no, you can see Angono Rizal, Cavite, no, yung Calabarzon area and the Greater Manila area is still affected. But we're able to see more cases up north and down south. Pero maliliit lang ito na small spikes, no, which we are reporting this to help guide these LGUs, no, para makapag-institute sila ng appropriate at agahang policies, no, for control. And I think I can show you the next top 10, the next 20, no. So Lukban, Calamba, Laguna, Taytay, Rizal, Batangas. So Calabarzon talaga, no. And that ends my my COVID report.
So
no?
how serious was the decrease in the testing?
Oh, it's quite serious. Actually, it accounted for around, I'll show you, no? It accounted for around 30 to 40% of the total. No? If you look at this, ito, no? If you look at that, no? Medyo malaki talagang binawas ng data with regards to the contribution from the Philippine Red Cross, no? And because of that, so that's a third, Jovi, that's a third of the data,
Yeah.
no, that comes from the Red Cross, no. That's why I was very glad to learn yesterday na they resumed their operations already, and by next week or the following week after that, we should see a better picture.
So the data that we have is not very accurate now.
Yes, that's correct. Right now, it's not that accurate, no? Kasi one-third nga nawawala. We don't know how much increase or how much decrease or if we had plateaued, no? For the last week kasi wala yung critical data na galing sa Red Cross.
Hmm. Who gets tested through Red Cross, or they just the ones they're just providing the test kits?
Mostly the OFWs and the LSIs, no, the locally stranded individuals, and the OFWs coming in, no, and as you know, it is the Philippine Coast Guard who does the swabbing, and it is the Red Cross who does the PCR operations, no. So parang joint sila, no, kasi kulang naman talaga ang tao ng Red Cross, and they need the Philippine Coast Guard personnel, well-trained personnel to help out in the swabbing. No, in fact, the Philippine Coast Guard hired more than 100 new medical technologists just for the task, no, ng COVID-19. It's quite a feat for a uniformed command to hire that many medical practitioners, no, mga medtech, no, for the pandemic, no? So here we go. No, I wanted to show you this one. No? So the Philippine Red Cross paused its testing operation last week, and it affected the NCR, Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Calabarzon area. As much as 40% to 50% daw, according to the Octa data. No? Hold on. Here in NCR, lahat to, all the municipalities here are affected by the absence of that data. So hindi ganun ka accurate.
So how is government reacting to this? How should the citizens react to this then? That we're not getting accurate data now.
But again, no, the Red Cross has resumed already, so we should get better data next week. No, but without data, kasi without the updated and real-time data, no, we cannot institute policies soon enough. No, magiging delayed. Our policies and actions will be reactionary rather than preparatory. No.
So shouldn't we be proactive and institute stricter rules?
That's right. Oh, actually, that's right. No, Pero yung report ng Okta is really also to help the LGUs, to help the citizens. If you live in areas where tumataas ang bahagya, and I'll show you so the listeners and the ones who are viewing can see it, no? So if you live in these areas, we do not mean to scare anybody. We just want people to know na these areas here, if you live here, no, you have to be extra cautious, do extra precaution, no? And for the LGUs, mga barangay captain, mga mayors and governors, no, when they read our data, oy,
Sa Makati, do you have which specific barangays that is? I have a vested interest.
I don't have that data. Actually, I don't have that data kung anong barangay, no. But no, it's Makati in general. Yeah,
All right. Maybe, but that's not necessarily the central business district.
Oh, well, of course, it is. Most likely, it is in the residential area, Joey.
Our residential area. All
Most
right.
likely, it's in the residential area. Because
But the good news is that the hospital capacity is still strong.
yes, no. Well, because you do have a vested interest, I will flash the. There you go. Makati is still above 70%.
Really? But I don't go to Makati naman for
Okay.
hospitalization.
But if you recall my updates in September, in August, no, all the way up to Malabon, naka-red lahat yan. If you recall, no, naalala mo, naka-red lahat yan. All the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Quezon City, Muntinlupa, Pasig, Navotas, Marikina, lahat yan naka-red. And the good news is really that the utilization in the hospitals is getting less and less. Especially
Alright.
in the next slide, I'm quite glad about this one because it tells me that hindi lahat ng hindi na ganun kalala ang COVID such that people need ICU care.
All right. All right. So thank you, Butch. Hopefully the situation, the testing capacity is resolved. No. So let us welcome our guest of honor. Someone might be tongue-tied. So let's welcome Heneral Luna himself, my good friend, John Romeo Arcilla. John, welcome to our show. Ready ka na ba? Oh, ayan.
Ano ba niya?
John, welcome.
There's Heneral Luna behind.
May mga acting awards.
Akala ko
Ayan na.
John, you have to meet a special person, that is Dr. Benjamin Vallejo. He is a Heneral Luna fanatic even before. So John, why don't you greet your fans, our listeners? You're on mute, brother. You're on mute. Yeah.
Ay, nakamute. Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, of course, to Heneral Antonio Luna and sa mga nakikinig sa atin. This is really a very significant day kasi parang magmula nang matapos ang pelikula, parang ayan na lang, naging pelikula siyang na-touch ang mga Pilipino, and then right after that, parang isa lang siyang pelikula. Parang suddenly hindi siya kadugtong ng ating kasaysayan na significant pa rin hanggang ngayon. So it's really it's kinda, well, di naman disappointing, pero parang nakakalungkot lang na right now parang ako lang mag-isang nagse-celebrate, and then you called me up because of this interview, and then okay, siyempre may nakakaalala pa rin palang tatlo. Well, but katatapos ko lang mag-live ngayon sa YouTube. Marami namang umattend ng mga bata kasi actually usually my followers are from 18 to 35 years old na mga millennials, which is also yung mga history students, sila yung mga young teachers, sila yung mga artists, mga kumukuha ng fine arts, ng theater arts, ng mga political science na estudyante, yung ibang mga teachers.
Alright. So John, so parang pinagpatuloy mo, no, yung are you in Manila or are you in Palawan
I'm
now?
in Manila right now, yes.
Alright. So parang parang nagkaroon siya ng buhay kasi nagkaroon ng parang ano tawag diyan? Action hero. Nagkaroon ng action hero si si Antonio Luna. Nagkaroon siya ng buhay after beyond the film, pero as you said parang bumaba yung ano. Kailan ba namatay si Antonio Luna? Kailan siya?
Magkakahiwalay sila, wala lang talagang nagko-connect, you know. Once na kasi kumonek ako dun sa mga bata, excited sila sa pwedeng gawin at pwedeng mangyari. Siguro lang kailangan kasi may support din yan ng siguro ng DepEd or you know what I mean, yung mas bigger na hindi yung parang minsan pakiramdam ko ako na lang nag-eengganyo sa mga bata just to continue the legacy or yung kung ano yung
Hindi, ayan ayan si Dr. Vallejo. Ben, so parang si John daw ang bukod tanging nagtataguyod ng alaala ng Heneral Luna.
Oo. Parang although nandyan lang sila, ang dami-dami fans ng Heneral na Antonio Luna, pero nagmumukha lang siyang fans. But in a way, it's also good kasi parang hindi masyado silang na-alienate dun sa isang parang how do we call it? Sa isang
Cartoon.
Sa isang bayani na nasa libro. Suddenly malapit sila kasi pop naging pop culture siya, naging pop icon, but we have to make timpla para maramdaman nila na hindi lang ito pelikula, kadugtong to ng ating kasaysayan.
Well, kapag nasa Netflix, laging nandun pa din si Heneral Luna sa Netflix. Siguro dapat nasabihan ng Netflix na para i-promote nila ngayon yung yun ang unang-unang yatang pelikula nakapasok sa Netflix, no, na Pilipino.
Yes.
Yes.
Siya nga.
So, Ben, may tanong ka ba sa iyong
Hindi naman si John ang lang. Marami naman kailangan tayo mag-link up talaga. Kasi sa amin, nando kami sa academic research sector. Actually, ang advocacy ko nga kay Heneral Luna is backgrounder lang. Nung bumalik ako from my PhD, sinimulan ko na yung mag-research tungkol kasi na-invite ako magturo about Filipino scientists, no. Tapos tiningnan ko yung official biographies na pinublish ng Department of Science and Technology. Lahat sila coming from the American colonial period. Sabi ko, bakit wala bang scientist nung panahon ng mga Kastila, di ba? So nag-research ako, ang unang lumabas nga yung maraming documentation yung kay General Antonio Luna. So siguro in 2004 sinimulan ko yung research, tapos nag-publish ako ng maiksing essay sa Philippine Star na I think yun yata yung most plagiarized essay ko. Ina-cut and paste ng mga tao without attribution. Pero sa akin okay lang kasi magiging mapopromote yung ano pa talaga si Heneral Luna, di ba? Tapos
if you remember, John, you were supposed to go to Ateneo, di ba? To talk about.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that, Joby. Nag-pandemic tayo.
Oh, yeah. So Ben, what do you think ano pwedeng magawa to para mas lalo pang lumaganap ang pagkilala natin kay Antonio Luna? Tanungin ko muna si John, Why do you think why do you continue to, kasi marami ka naman mga roles na ginampanan after that, no? Hindi ka naman namimigay ng mga, ano ba pinamimigay mo kapag namimigay ka ng
Ngayon actually mayroon akong kasing kasi alam mo yung medyo sasabayan mo rin yung kultura nila. There's this pop icon na parang Funko na mahilig mag-collect yung mga bata. So isa to sa pinaka-finale. But right now I have this sponsor. It is called this one. I am a history maker na mga gini-give away ko sa mga pumapasok at nag-join dun sa YouTube, no? Plus may mga sponsors ako ng food, may ganyan, pero sinasabayan ko nito. Ang pinaka-finale is Heneral Luna kasi it's his birthday. And dapat lang maalala ng tao na napaka-significant. Kumbaga si Bonifacio sa nung panahon ng
Depende.
Kastila sa American Philippine War, si anong pinaka Bonifacio, si Heneral Luna, si Antonio Luna
Parang ano ha. Kasi pareho nagpapatay sa kanila.
na naninindigan na ang Pilipinas ay para sa mga Pilipino. No, nasa hanggang ngayon umaalingaw-ngaw yung kasabihan na yung salitang yan. Ang dami-dami mga sinabi ni General Antonio Luna sa mga kanyang panulat, sa kanyang mga tula, na hanggang ngayon umaalingaw, kagaya sasabihin mo na lang na negosyo o kalayaan, bayan o sarili, pumili ka. Ano bang nangyayari ngayon, di ba? Yung isang sinabi niya, mas mabuti pa mas madali mo pang mapagkasundo ang langit at lupa kaysa dalawang Pilipino tungkol sa alinmang bagay. Ito naman. Ibig sabihin, is that 100 years ago, up to now, ganyan pa rin tayo. Ano nang nangyayari sa bayan natin? I mean, that's 100 years ago nung sinabi niya. And then hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin siya ka-relevant. Nakakatuwa ba na relevant siya? Hindi. Nakakalungkot kasi relevant pa siya. Dapat hindi na. So, yun yung isa sa kinalulungkot ko. After the film, marami mga estudyante may gumawa ng isang page na Los Lunaticos Bravos. Siguro nakaabot kami ng mga 300 na mga members. Na unti-unti nang nag-die down kasi parang hindi ko sila mapag-connect kasi honestly speaking, may taga Luzon, may taga Visayas, may taga Mindanao. Na kahit nga ngayon yung mga pumasok doon sa sa YouTube ko, ganun din all over the Philippines, hindi lang dito sa Manila. Nung unang gumagawa ako ng program, after that was 2015, gumawa ako ng yearly schedule. Like halimbawa tuwing February, gumagawa kami ng isang pagkikita-kita at nagkakaroon ng lahat ay nagsasubmit ng kanilang mga tula tungkol sa pag-ibig. Pag-ibig sa lahat ng bagay, pag-ibig sa bayan, pag-ibig sa kapwa, pag-ibig sa hayop, pag-ibig sa kalikasan, pag-ibig tungkol sa pag-ibig. And then isi-zero in namin dun sa pagiging bahagi mo ng lipunan at pagiging bahagi mo bilang isang mamamayan ng mundo. Medyo pinalaki ko na ng konti para hindi masyadong sensitibo yung ating mga kababayan pag sinabi mong dito lang sa bayan natin, parang pakiramdam nila pinapatamaan mo sila samantalang nagkukwento lang tayo ng mga totoong nangyayari. Yung ginawa ko yun tuwing February. Tuwing August, nagpapa-contest ako ng essay para sa kung ano yung gusto nilang mga linya sa Antonio Luna. Pagkatapos, gagawa sila ng essay, parang bibigyan ko ng parang pabuya kung sino manalo. Tapos may mga art contests kami ng tungkol sa significance ng mukha ni Heneral Luna sa nangyayari sa ngayon. Tuloy-tuloy ko yung ginagawa hanggang sa tuwing September, meron kaming activities na kasi anniversary yun ni Heneral Luna, anong Heneral Luna movie. Yun na nga yung art contest. Tapos October 29, nagpapa-exhibit ako. May lahat ng mga gustong sumali ng isali yung kanilang mga artworks tungkol kay Heneral Luna. May mga parang mga words and music na presentation. May mga estudyante o ibang mga teacher, ini-invite ko na sumali doon. Sa pag-Agosto, linggo ng wika, yun nga. And then, December, magpa-party lang kami para hindi naman masyadong parang hardliner ang dating. So party lang, kwentuhan lang, tapos
So bale, John, you have itong sa Oktubre, dati mo pa itong ginagawa, itong October 29. So what do you want to see? Maybe Ben can help. What do you want to happen in the future? So that the two of you can work on this. So every October there should be a national commemoration of will we have a day, a lunatic day?
Hindi, wala naman talagang Antonio Luna Day eh.
Wala pa.
Meron na, but si Rizal meron, si Bonifacio meron. Baka yun ang pwede natin
Actually namatay siya June 5.
June 5. Siguro hindi yan sasang-ayunan ng Aguinaldo family. Siguro mas maigi nga yung birthday niya.
Ako personally, mas gusto ko yung birthday niya. Kasi June 5, di ba? Ano ba yun?
Malapit na masyado yun sa June 9.
May dating ginawa ako na parang Los Flores Valerosas. Para siyang Flores de Mayo tuwing Mayo. pero ang lumalakad ay mga significant Filipino women na lumaban mula nung nakaraang sa kasaysayan natin hanggang sa
So parang dyan sa'yo, si Luna, meron siyang specific political theory, no? Alam ko hindi yung hinanda ni Ben na pag-usapan. Pero Ben, you want to share ano yung political theory ni Luna?
Kwento ko lang yung pinaka-highlight nung Los Flores de Mayo. Nasakyan ko lang kasi yung mga popular na kultura na ginagawa ng mga Pilipino para lang mai-inject si Heneral Luna. Ang pinaka-last noon is ang Inang Bayan at saka, di ba sa Flores de Mayo, usually Reina Imperatriz at saka Constantino. Ang pinaka-last actually sa parade is Inang Bayan at si Heneral Luna. And we are doing that in Rizal Park. Actually, nakikipag-coordinate kami doon sa mismong parks and parang yung organization, yung department doon sa parks and something sa Luneta, na binibigyan naman kami ng slot. And then yun nga, so hanggang sa unti-unti nang parang hindi ko na nakakayang gawin sa kabisihan ko because you know naman I also have to to maintain some things na dami-dami ginagawa. So so ganito na lang
mention probinsyano. Kaya yung nasa tatlong yung sada sa'yo, bakit hindi na lang si probinsyano ang gamitin natin na na vehicle, John? But I really admire you for continuing. John, were you familiar na ay scientist? Si Heneral Luna ay isang...
Oo. A pharmacist. I think he is a pharmacist, right? Para siyang how do you call it? Yung nag-mix ng mga ng medicine, something like that. How do you call it? Chemist, pharmacist, I think. So I think with Sir Benjamin, if Vallejo, kung makakapag-collaborate kami at makapag-isip kami ng something na sana i-support ng mas malaking department like government siguro para mas pwedeng sa
mga... At saka dyan si Antonio Luna, antinista siya.
Oh, yeah.
Alam mo ba yun? Sa Ateneo siya katulad ni Jose Rizal, nag-college.
Di ba sila yung mga parang ilustrados?
Ilustrados talaga.
Kaya nga yung ginawa kong grupo sa mga kabataan is, ang tawag namin is Los Lunaticos Bravos.
Yeah.
So, si John, John, do you think itong meron ka kasi dinagdag talaga doon as an actor kay Antonio Luna, no? So ito bang na gusto mo maramdaman din ng kabataan natin tungkol kay Antonio Luna?
Yeah, kasi alam mo, nung pelikula na yan, hindi ko naman ina-expect na magiging ganun siya talaga because up to now siya pa rin yung highest na parang naging blockbuster sa box office, no, sa history ng historical film sa industry, no, which means ang dami niyang na-touch na mga manonood. Hanggang ngayon marami pa rin
hanggang ngayon
marami
Netflix,
diba? Pero ang taas, overwhelming yung kanilang pag-congratulate at saka pagpasasalamat kumbaga may mga family, may mga parents na tumatawag. Suddenly, they're talking about sensible things sa kanilang dinner table. Nagkukwentuhan sila ng tungkol sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Suddenly, bumalik yung pagmamahal sa bayan. Ang daming ganon. Pero sabi ko nga sa kanila, sana hindi matapos sa loob lang ng sinehan. Sana hindi matapos na nagkwentuhan lang tayo dun sa effect nung sa atin. Na-mesmerize tayo, nasarapan tayo, pero and then what? Anong gagawin natin dito sa na-absorb natin na ito? Anong mangyayari? Anong dapat natin gawin? So yun, kaya nagpilit akong gumawa ng maliliit na activities na gano'n sa aking makakaya. Na sana gusto ko nga meron akong talagang kasamang grupo na parang isusupport yun para lumaki ng lumaki hanggang sa mismong para siyang Rizal Day, para siyang gano'n na parang kina-commemorate kasi napaka-significant naman talaga ng kanyang contribution when it comes to, I mean, yung pagpapaalala sa mga Pilipino na ang Pilipinas ay para sa Pilipino.
Oo. So Ben, do you think he deserves a day of commemoration?
Yeah, oo naman kasi lalo na sa pelikula ni John. naging cultural.
John, inibitahan ko din si Mr. Rocha
Yes,
Busy daw siya, busy daw.
Ah.
The next time, maybe you and he will come, no?
yes, sige, sige.
So Ben, bakit? So do you think it's possible? Pero ano ang pwede pang gawin?
Hindi,
To help,
nasa national consciousness o pambansang kamalayan na si Antonio Luna at malaking pasasalamat sa pelikula ni John at ni Gerald Tarog, no? Hindi lang naman, 'di ba? Hindi lang naman si Antonio Luna ang naibalik, pati si General Gregorio del Pilar naibalik din, tsaka yung iba nating mga lesser known heroes na dapat pwede ring gawa ng pelikula tulad ni Marcelo H. del Pilar, 'di ba? Ayun. Yun nga siguro kasi sa tingin ngayon national hero na naman talaga si Antonio Luna medyo iba-iba rin, okay? Ngayon yung isa sa mga unang advocacies ko kasi nasa science research sector ako, nilapitan ko yung mga taga DOST kung pwede bang magkaroon ng award for yung let's say yung outstanding young scientist award natin, ipangalan na lang natin kay Heneral Luna kasi sa totoo lang, si Heneral Luna naman talaga yung una nating young scientist na may PhD ever. Okay? So, well, hindi siya masyadong nag-deserve ng nakakakuha ng support. Perhaps kailangan natin ng mas link up with the science community.
Talaga?
Oo. So, perhaps kailangan, ayun ang proposal kasi nasuportahan niya ng dating CHED commissioner si Nap Imperial na dapat magkaroon yung at least one award for a young scientist as the General Luna Science Award. Okay.
John, kailan ba yung essay writing contest? Sa October. Yung
nagawa ko ang essay kasi sa linggo ng wika. So kino-connect ko lang na although kay Manuel Quezon kasi yun gumawa lang ako ng activities na yung parang mga events na nangyayari sa isang taon na ikino-connect ko si Heneral Luna. Parang halimbawa, that's linggo ng wika, sige, isang Tagalog na essay tungkol sa significance ng isang linya na nagustuhan mo sa sinabi ni Heneral Luna. Ayun, so magkakaroon ng contest tuwing Agosto. Kaya lang, hindi pwede naman siyang bagu-baguhin kasi pagdating ng Setyembre, art naman, art. Pagkatapos, pagdating ng birthday niya, yung lahat ng mga nanalo na yan sila, namin, parang i-gallery namin and then parang everyone can actually join that.
Magandang siguro from June na din, from June. Then meron ka din sa Mayo, di ba? Mayo, Junyo.
Mayo ako, may Mayo.
So ang culmination ay October.
Birthday niya.
Wow.
Meron din nga akong Feb, yung tungkol naman sa pag-ibig sa lahat ng bagay. Kasi meron din naman siyang sinasabi tungkol doon sa pag-ibig sa bayan.
Talagang full-time job pala to.
Oo, kaya na rin ako, na stress out din ako kasi ako lang mag-isa plus yung mga bata. Yung mga bata, mga estudyante, mga nagwo-work sa mga nag-aaral pa. So parang ang hirap ding agawin ng kanilang oras kahit willing silang sumali. Yung iba nasa ibang bayan, kaya ang hirap hindi naman sila basta-basta makauwi sa Manila kasi mga estudyante, yung yung humihingi ng pera sa parents, ganon. Yun namang mga iba, yung karaniwang mga young parang executives, siyempre hindi basta-basta makaalis sa kanilang opisina. So may mga ganung factor, although nandun yung willingness. At saka ang ganda sana nung age bracket kasi millennial talaga na kumbaga sila yung in ngayon na masarap makasama at makapag-propagate nung
may katangian ba tong si Heneral Luna na mas makaka-relate yung mga kabataan natin?
May?
Meron siyang katangian na nakaka-relate sila.
Hindi ko alam pero alam mo kung bakit. I don't know. Pero alam mo ba pagkatapos ng Antonio ng Heneral Luna, puro ang mga pumupunta sa akin puro mga kabataan. I don't know if it's because of the film or it's because of him. I don't know. Yung appeal siguro is because kaibigan ni Heneral Luna doon sa pelikula, ang isang bata ng kasalukuyan, si Hoven, na parang siya yung
journalist.
Fictional character siya, pero parang siya yung nag-connect nung nangyayari noon doon sa kasalukuyan. So parang ang sinasabi ng kabataan noon is, akala namin ngayon lang nangyayari ito. Noon pa palang panahon noon, ganito na tayo. So parang yun yung nakikita, yun yung frustration ng mga kabataan na hindi nasundot, hindi hindi na napalago, hindi na payaman.
Yes. So parang pwede kayo mag-network with Ben. Ben,
Naman.
then
Lalo
maybe also Ateneo since he's an Atenean.
Pati mga taga-UST sama na rin natin. Actually, ang una nag-sponsor no parang sort of academic mini conference ay yung College of Science ng UST. So, ang nangyari dyan, I think that was 3 years ago. Pero right after the movie came out, no? Ang nangyari dyan is may mga nagre-research sa kanila, hinahanap yung mga sinulat ni Antonio Luna sa UST archives. Tapos nakita yung isang sulat dun sa isang pare. Okay? Yung pinesent ng isang UST historian. Sasama na rin natin yung mga taga-UST. Ngayon, ang tanong di ba, proud daw ang UST na na ang Ateneo daw na nag-aral daw lahat ng bayani natin. Ang sagot naman ng isang UST historian, kasi tayo lang naman ng school noon. Nung panahon na iyon.
Well, they could also have not turned out as heroes, di ba?
But the point,
them didn't, di ba?
ang point naman dyan is UST and Ateneo, parang sinasabi natin yan yung cradle of our national identity. So UST una
siguro another side of that, John, will be maybe a special place for him in the Rizal Library. We'll work that out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So John, can you still, how long are you ready to go to your next meeting?
Yeah.
Can you stay longer?
Longer when? Now? I have a 5 o'clock pa naman na But sige, why? Bakit? Anong meron?
Well, I'm just wondering if we're keeping you.
Yeah.
So
ano pang question?
We mentioned writing a play or a musical about him before.
Hanggat kaya ko pa kasi at 10 years from now baka hindi na yung stamina ko.
And
hindi nakapareho
he said yes to that, right?
Yeah. Sabi nga ni di ba ni Ryan Cayabyab, sabi niya hinihintay lang daw niya yung mo, yung libreto.
So but it won't be the same script, di ba? As the film.
Definitely not kasi kung hindi maghahabol ang PBA.
So
they're planning to have it to have a musical na related doon sa or the musical version of Heneral Luna. Pero sa kabisihan nila, I don't think nandiyan pa si Tito Ed. Baka sana hindi niya narinig. Pakiramdam ko hindi nila kayang i-mount kasi gusto lang nilang gawin pero wala silang oras sa dami ng inaayos nilang mas busy sila sa pelikula. Kaya kung tayo na lang ang gumawa na hindi nila kailangang maistorbo, so wala tayong gagamitin sa kanilang istorya at all. Kung yung original natin, kasi isa lang naman ang kasaysayan and nobody owns Antonio Luna kasi kumbaga sa lupang hinirang, di ba? It's how do you call it? Pag-aari siya ng bayan. So we should just tell the story according to our own interpretation or presentation.
So from your side, ano nakikita mo na pwedeng sabihin pa tungkol kay Antonio Luna kung gagawa ng musical?
Ganun yun mismo na nasa Heneral Luna, pero iba yung klase ng presentation and iba yung mga salita. Kasi usually, pag may nabanggit kang isang phrase na parehong-pareho ng pagkakasulat, doon lang naman nagkakaroon ng parang legal parang suddenly merong issue. Pero kung halimbawa yung pag ginamit mo yung bayan o sarili pumili ka, that belongs to the writer of TBA, which means pwede sila magkabol. So pwedeng ibahin natin yun. Yun ang ibig sabihin kasi isa lang naman talaga ang meaning niyan, hindi mo naman pwedeng baguhin. Iba lang yung pagkakasalita at yung presentasyon ng mga phrases.
So tanungin natin si Ben. Si Ben, ano ba ang tingin niya talaga sa bayan? Si Antonio Luna.
Magandang tanong yan kasi ngayon namin ginagawa yung historical research. Kami mga scientists na looking at the history aspect, no. Kasi ang nangyari kasi sa atin sa mga illustrados natin, naging stereotype sila. Si Rizal, chick boy, binaril sa luneta. Naging stereotype sa mga tao, yung ating mga estudyante, hindi naman nagbabasa, lumalampas dun sa pagbabasa nila ng mga stereotypes. Isa yan sa mga hinanakit ni Ambet Ocampo, di ba? We're not reading beyond them.
Yeah.
So, research namin, we got a little bit of support from our colleagues in Spain. Kung hindi lang nag-pandemic, dapat nandun kami. Okay? Nagagawa ng research, no? Nakita namin na meron talagang political ideology yung si Antonio Luna. At sa tingin namin siya yung pinaka-radical. Well, ano lang yun, sa tingin lang namin na pinaka-radical sa lahat ng mga ilustrado. Iniisip ka natin, ano kaya kung hindi siya na-assassinate? Ano kaya nangyari sa revolution? Yung mga what if. Pero of course, ang mga what if, hindi naman magandang i-research lang kasi what if yun. Okay, so, yun ang napansin namin. Tapos hindi lang naman pala siya, pati yung ibang mga ilustrado scientist na hindi kilala, tulad ni yung mga kasama niya sa laboratorio, si Dr. Francisco Leongson, okay? At si Dr. Mariano Del Rosario, yan ang mga ilustrado na hindi natin kilala kasi hindi naman sila nabaril sa luneta as we say, o kaya na katulad ni Antonio Luna lumaban sa digmaan, o mga ano sila, mga doktor at ganun din yung pag-iisip nila eh. Yun na nakita namin sa
Which is what in 3 sentences.
Alin?
Alin yun? Ano yung pag-iisip nila, Dr. Vallejo?
Kailangan ng malayang bayan na mas equitable, okay? Sa tingin ko meron silang socialist idea kaya lang hindi na develop yung kasi maaga silang namatay, okay?
Doon sa pelikula, yun yung kanilang pagbanggaan niya doon sa ninuno ni Noni Buen Camino, no? Yun yung although Noni was part of the movie, no? John.
Kaya nga tuwang-tuwa sa script kasi nakuha sa film yun eh. Nakuha sa field tuwan-tuwa. Kaya nga hindi at least hindi stereotype si Antonio Luna dun sa pelikula. Kasi sa yung mga Rizal movie natin na i-stereotype si Rizal eh. Tsaka lalo na yung Bonifacio movie. Pero yung sa Antonio Luna, ako believe na believe kasi ano siya parang faithful to the of course may artistic license, no? Pero faithful siya dun sa historical record. Oo. Na
So yun yung banggaan nila ng mga kapitalista doon sa pelikula.
Hindi naman yung
yung mga pro-American business people.
Kung saan sila kikita, doon sila papanig. Hanggang ngayon ganun pa rin naman.
Yan ang eksaktong nangyayari ngayon, ganun din. So nasa na yung negosyo o kalayaan bayan na sarili. Parang ang nangyayari din is negosyo pero nasaan yung bayan? I mean, sino ba talaga ang kikita? Sino ba talaga ang mag-benefit? I mean, sino? Sino talaga ang mag-benefit dun sa tinatawag na negosyong ito? Meron ba talagang mapapakinabang ang mga Pilipino or mananatili lamang tayong manggagawa? I mean,
So ito John, no? Si scientist siya, no? So do you think that will be significant ngayon din kasi sa pandemya? Kaya hindi tayo makausad-usad, hindi tayo scientific. Do you think that will be significant dun sa pagbibigay natin ng parangal sa kanya, no? Na yung kanyang pagmamahal sa bayan, kailangan din ng pagiging ang tawag diyan, pagiging scientifico kasi katulad ngayon, paano tayo tutugon sa sitwasyon natin? Tanungin natin si si Butch Ong, no? Doktor yan eh. Diyan, as in medical doctor. So, anong tingin mo dito? Kasi itong ating kaibigan at of course si John ay sold na kay Antonio Luna, no? So ano naman ang tingin mo na ewan ko, are you infected by the lunacy?
Lunacy. Well, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the film actually. And tama si John nung napanood namin sa family. Parang nagkaroon ng nationalism, the feeling of nationalism really was there, no? But as I got to work with Dr. Vallejo more, I got to learn more about Antonio Luna. Just this morning, Ben gave a lecture in his class about Antonio Luna. He invited me to react, no? And one of the things which I appreciated with Antonio Luna is his work in medicine, no? He studied malaria. During the time when the West was still discovering more and more about the germ theory, no? So parang nagpa-parallel yung brilliance ni Antonio Luna. His brilliance is not just in the battlefield, no? But also in science, no? He was the one who I wouldn't say pioneered, no, but he was the one who improved on the way the malaria was seen in the slides in the microscope, no, which is still being used today. So his contribution to science is actually it goes way beyond the confines of our history. You know, until ngayon, we still benefit from his work, his scientific work. Actually, the malaria work was his PhD dissertation. So, but then, no, to be learned in such a field that time is already a feat, no. He was a scholar going into his PhD studies, no, and then he is also a general. Parang napaka rare, napaka rare. No? One has to appreciate the parang duality ng kanyang personality. No? Na sa isang banda, isa siyang brilliant na scientifico, at sa isang banda, he can command the whole Philippine Army. Well, Aguinaldo's army, no. So yung ganyang klaseng pagkatao ngayon, no, it's quite a rare, no. Ako, I can only boast one thing that I'm in common with Heneral Luna is that I'm a chemist. Yun lang, no. Pero it's so rare to find one who loves science as much as science in the field of healthcare or medicine, no. As much love for his country, no, that he is willing to lead an army against an insurmountable enemy, no. So yan ang appreciation ko kay Antonio Luna right now.
Parang ang nangyari dito, ano yata, no? John, whose idea was it to make the film? Of course, nung panahon, the early days ng Tanghalang Pilipino, meron monologue na ginawa ang TP, no? But whose idea was it to make the film?
Actually, I think nanalo yata ito sa Palangka. That was 17 years before they started planning to make it a film.
I see.
17 years old na siyang script, no? And then nung in preparation for the film and then casting and all, umabot siya ng 20 years bago siya natapos, to 21 years. So ganun, wala siyang connection doon sa play sa CCP. In fact, nung nakasalubong ko na kasi si Antonio Luna as a character when I played Pule sa CCP. So mas nakita ko doon sa play na yon yung outbursts lang niya, kaya nga sabi ko noon ayaw kong gawin si Antonio Luna kasi parang napakasimple ng kanyang character, parang puro outbursts saka puro galit. And then suddenly when I was actually studying him na, and then I'm actually studying yung character niya, yung pros and cons, yung both sides. Suddenly, oh no, sabi ko hindi, this man is not a mad dog. I mean, the anger, the fury is coming from something else, no? Yung kanyang actually, yung temper niya actually hindi lang nanggagaling sa dahil siya ay ganong klaseng tao, kundi yung laki ng responsibility, yung laki ng kalaban Amerikano. At the same time, yung tough love na kinalakihan niya na pag mahal ka, sasampalin ka ng nanay mo. So sa kanya, sinampal niya yung sundalo, tatay mo ako, tangina mo. So it's a tough love, no? So parang kasi yun yung kinalakihan niya. He's not a mad dog na walang kadahi-dahilan yung pagdidisiplina niya. And at the same time, there were no time to train military, the military men during those days. So pinapakita lang niya kung how to be brave. He acted out. Ganun yung wala nang time.
Kasi wala naman tunay na army pa yung Pilipinas.
Yes, wala. At saka wala pang time para mag-training, nandiyan na yung kalaban eh. So kailangan ipakita niya, this is how to be brave. So ganun na ang nangyayari.
I guess that came from his scientific thinking na rin siguro.
Yeah. Kasi kahit pa pag nag-train pa kayo ng araw-araw, nandiyan na yung kalaban eh. Kailangan na kaagad kilos.
Right.
Although malinaw niya yung terrain ng Philippines kung saan tayo pupwesto. Kasi ganun siya ka-scientific din eh. Kaya nga sabi ng American, he is the bravest general of this country.
Yes. So talagang, gaya na sinabi,
Benjamin, tama
the
ba
real
yan?
special power is the
Oo.
intelligence, ha? Butch and Ben. So Butch will say goodbye for now before I ask my controversial question.
May controversial question na yun.
My controversial question, John, is so who is that lady that he was in love with in the film?
Oh, maraming ka nagtatanong nun. Ikaw ang
Actually,
character na yun, composite character.
He's actually a combination of two women in his life. Ano siya, pinagsama yung dalawang babae sa buhay niya, si Kuwangko, tsaka may isa pa eh. I
May
forgot.
isa pa, nakalimutan. Oo, may isa pa.
Hindi na pinangalanan sa akin eh. Kaya kumbaga sa akin is isa siyang character na ano lang niya, parang love interest na hindi na dinetali kasi parang liliko yung kwento eh. Kasi yung tungkol, katulad yung mga tungkol sa chismis, sa kayamanan na kung saan niya dinala, binigay sa Kuwangko, it's totally hearsay eh. Wala namang proof na totoo yun.
So parang ang nangyari dyan, yata, no, John, because of the film, si Dr. Vallejo had more courage to promote him as a scientist. Is that what happened then?
Well, edi nagkaroon ng PR, actually it's a unexpected PR boost. 'Di ba? For salamat ka dun sa film, no. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng actually ako yung natutuwa at hindi lang naman yung pati yung mga kaanak ng mga hindi ilustrado na hindi masyadong kilala like sila Dr. Yongson at Mariana del Rosario. Kasi yung aming research kasama siya doon with Antonio Luna, no. Pati yung mga pamilya tuwang-tuwa. Ang sabi nga nung isang kamag-anak na ni Del Rosario na nasa Spain, sabi niya na Filipina siya, ang asawa niya Espanyol. Sabi niya, maraming salamat at binubuhay mo yung alaala ng ninuno namin. Puro mga ganun yung nila. I think yun ang
Lalo pa siguro pag nakilala nila si John.
Itatanong nga kay John anong take ng mga kaanak? Diba? I think it's the Ongpins that are the direct descendants ba ngayon? Kasi nakausap ko yung mga Ongpin in one of yung book launch ng translation ng Impresiones. Meron ba talagang sino pa ba yung mga kaanak ni Antonio Luna ngayon na nakausap niyo?
Ano bang sabi nila?
Wala. Well, hindi naman namin binanggit yung film. No? Parang natutuwa lang sila na may ginawa ng pelikula. Oo.
Siguro maganda din
Parang
yan.
interest on
Yes,
Antonio Luna. Oo.
So John, what's sa December, sa November and December, pahinga muna ang Antonio Luna work
parang
mo?
ito yung pinaka-finale ko for the year for Antonio Luna. Kasi kung hindi pandemic, I'm sure yung mga bata mag-iimbita sa akin ng parang Christmas party lang na these are the millennials na miyembro ng Los Lunaticos Bravos.
All right. So we'll work together. Mukhang eventually we want to have a national commemoration of Antonio Luna at yun yung birthday. Ako hindi ko rin alam na birthday ni Antonio Luna ngayon. So
yung mga fans ang nakakatanda.
Yeah, so siguro panahon na, no? At the pandemic makes it very clear, no, na kailangan natin ng isang hindi lang isang decisive leader, hindi isang nag-iisip na leader.
Siguro hindi ako kay Sir Benjamin ng mga reading materials just to parang i-feed pa ako about dun sa side ng kanyang pagiging scientist. Kasi
marami kami doon.
ko lang naman yun para lang pwede ko ring i-promote especially now na may pandemic. So
yes. And also John, he has socialist leanings, no? So that's very interesting as well. It's very interesting.
Para pag nagsalita ako tungkol sa kay Heneral Luna, relevant pa rin siya hindi lang dahil dun sa kanyang pakikipaglaban sa kolonya, kung hindi significant siya ngayon sa nangyayari sa mundo kasi kailangan natin ng mga scientifico para i-resolve itong sitwasyon na ito.
Yes. So John, thank you very much for gracing our show. So we really appreciate not only what you did, which is a master class of acting, my friend,
Thank you so much po.
but also because hindi nga nagtatapos doon yung trabaho mo, na hindi lang ginampanan mo siya ng maayos, so natapos na. Hindi, mukhang talagang ito ay magpapatuloy hanggang sa dulo.
Kasi
Kaibigan, no?
nakakahinayang kasi, Jovi, nakakahinayang,
Yeah.
Sir Vallejo, Benjamin, nakakahinayang kasi yung enthusiasm at saka yung passion na nakuha ng mga audience tungkol sa pagmamahal sa bayan, tungkol sa
Yes.
yung bumalik na yon, no? Na parang ang hirap kung saan napunta yung yan, parang saan ba mapupunta ito, parang ganun. Parang kung hindi masasabi papunta sa tamang direksyon, sayang eh.
Yes. So thank you, John. And siguro next year we'll make it really a really national celebration memorial of Antonio Luna.
Yeah, why
All
not?
right? Yes. So Ben, that's our show this afternoon. You want to say something to Antonio Luna?
John, we'll link up with you ha. I think yung email address kukunin ko na lang from RK. Okay. Maraming salamat sa dun sa pagganap sa film. Tuwa nga kami yung mga nag-uuna nagre-research kay Antonio Luna. Ngayon may last word lang ako. Tinanong isang estudyante ko, ano daw gagawin ni Antonio Luna bilang scientist sa mga sinasabi ng opisyalis natin sa gobyerno na scientist ay bayaran. Sagot ko, ay nako, artikulo 1 ni Antonio Luna yan. Yung mga government officials na yan.
Dapat.
So relevant pa rin si Antonio Luna, lalo na ngayon.
Kahit ginagawang negosyo yung mga gamot at saka yung mga PPE at kung ano-ano, Panginoon ko.
Kaya nga, yung artikulo 1.
Hindi siya papayag dyan, ha? Hindi siya papayag dyan. Yes. So John, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And let's just this beginning of something big, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So that's our show this afternoon. Salamat sa inyong pakikisa sa amin at maligayang araw ng kapanganakan ng Heneral Antonio Luna.
Mabuhay! Mabuhay.
Okay. Sige, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Thank you, Jovi. Salamat.
Yes.
Salamat.
Thank you, Sir Benjamin.
Okay, salamat din.
Bye, Jovi.
Sige, thanks. I'll
Ana.
pag-usapan natin yung play.